this is just a rundown of my theory in progress here. This is all new concepts, so have an open mind. What can I say? So, in the beginning, this is what I perceive. In the beginning, there was light. Light is consciousness and life giver. And adjacent to the light, there also is dark, but like I've heard other channels say, like Southern Israelite, nothing can exist as in a void of space. So, since nothing in and itself can't exist, what would be adjacent to the light would be a void, but a captive void, a kept void, all right, in the form of an empty eye socket. So, during the process, I think that the light coalesced whatever was around surrounding the socket, melted away as the light got stronger, as its ever growing knowledge gained, and melted all that stuff. Something like a firmament was over all this, and melted away and filled it with like the waters that the Bible talks about. And I think of the waters as something like an amniotic fluid, a cosmic amniotic fluid. And it's the coalescing of everything with the light and the heat and the fertile void, and then it basically made a fertilized egg. And that's pretty much ending it, but there's a lot to fill in there. I'm still working on it, so all right. I'm focusing on the eye right now because we're all of the eye, because that's the first was essentially consciousness, light, seeing. So if you could see my hand gestures, maybe this would make more sense. Okay, so I perceive the flat earth being somewhere right there, possibly down there, maybe where the sun, the beams of light cross or whatever. Either way, still working it out. I'll figure it out. Something like this, water separating, reflecting, and maybe dissipating, evaporating, whatever, filling the void, and then creating a lens and a bubble over, like an eggshell. So, light and dark, consciousness and body. So I think what dark is it's connected to the light like a yin yang, and it's like a filament that comes between our line of sight and the light, and it blocks out spectrum. There's an energy transfer thing here, and certain realms need certain spectrums of light and have to block certain spectrums of light to pass it on to the next realm. So it's a give, take, push, pull kind of thing. So this is, we're looking through a lens out of a MRI machine. My buddy used to work for a company. So, in a jade dragon phoenix pendant that I just happen to have. Anyway, so you put the filament over it, and that, that's what it makes it look like, blocks out spectrum of light. So it's all about energy transfer and spectrum. So what this represents is flat Earth, Mount Meru. That's where the energy is collected at. The magnetic north. It's literally pulling all of our ethereal energies towards it and shooting it back up to the sky. There is a spirit that turns in our sky in the form of a serpent spirit, massive, and it exists slightly able to affect our reality in the form of clouds as it passes by. I have tons of evidence for this. Watch earlier videos as you're jumping into some shit right now. So the energy has to pass through the filter, which would be the cold or whatever far reaches around the edge of the flat earth are, and then See how the color changes here on that beam of light? It's purified now. Now it's able to collect in the pit, Sheol, to feed the whole system again. And we feed the system feeds us. Alright? It's an eye. And I'll go on Google Earth and show you evidence why I know this is an eye and a reflection of. And this the night sky acts like a black mirror. You hear other channels talking about black mirrors or the TV, the phone, whatever. Scrying mirrors. I'm looking at my oven right now. It's got a black front. Black reflective material is what the night sky is, just like our phones. Okay? Excuse me. Well, here's your Milky Way. There's a whatever eye with a cataract. Been staring at the light too long. But sun gazing is actually good for you, but I'm just using this for illustrative purposes. Yeah, there's your Milky Way, people. Yep. So, forget who painted this. It's not really my thing. My buddy's been sending me lots of pictures that are putting a lot of perspective out there for me and for you to hear, you know, to make the analogy. So what we're looking at here is the umbrella is the night sky, and it's blocking out spectrum, and so it's also reflecting. It's blocking and reflecting. Excuse me. So it's a push-pull, give-take kind of system, right? So everything ahead of the dark is still in the dark, hence the morbid, grotesque form, and everything behind the dark, you know, the darkness is in his head, obviously. He's got demons, whatever. So that's what's reflecting back into the dark, back into the night sky. That's the energy that this person thing is giving off. And that's how the energy is essentially captured. And, you know, you can't have a functioning system without a negative charge. You got to ground out the static. The surge has to be leveled out. That's why there's a negative post. It has to be a cycle. It can't just go to one spot. You know that's not how power works. You plug in a lamp, and you're not just you're creating a circuit. You're making it flow in a circle, essentially, or in a toroidal field is what this really is, and that's what this umbrella really represents. It's the darkness and the spectrum. Notice the other colors around it. You know, you want to maintain your night vision. You use a red light. You pull it up. A flashlight up on your phone. It should have an app where you can color the screen, color that screen red, and your phone won't die, and you'll be able to see just fine all night. All right. So on the opposite side of that, we have the same thing going on here. The light, the bringer of the light, the Lord, giving his energy off, recycling back up with the aid of his angels, and they have their own life-giving fertilization nodes, I guess I would call it, eggs, in the form of eggs, and eyes and eggs and sperms and genitals are all of the same pretty much general shape there. So this is the colors that literally paint us and cover us and give us sight and life and light, and that's the energy coming back to us. But the system's got to flow, hence the artwork depicted here. And there's all, these old pieces of I don't even know who this is. I don't even want to speculate at this point, but there's always a cycle. There's always a lower form. And take note of the shape of those flames, as they are flames, but they're not. It's representative of something else, of something I'll get into in the future. I got a lot, so whatever. There's always a flow, dark and a light, and the dark feeds the light feeds the life. It all trickles back down. This is what should really have value, is life. And the problem in our world now is we value money, which is really a concept that doesn't have a tangible value, but we gave it a tangible value by essentially killing people for money and doing other bad things. So, that's it. That's the end of the slideshow, and I got a couple things to show you on Google Earth to illustrate my point about the eye and the Milky Way. So, first things first, the eye. Yeah, that's a 1,200 kilometer eye in China. Serpent eye, perfect. Alright. Yeehaw. Alright. And now, you know, all these contours are reflections of the Milky Way. So depending on where you are, that's how you're going to see the Milky Way. You look at Milky Way from Morocco, which is right there, you're going to see this. And you go around the coast. Where's Polynesian, or where are we? Alaska and China, I guess, Russia, whatever. But take note of the shapes. That's going to be what your Milky Way is when you're at that vantage point from that location, all the way around, because it's a reflection, and it's an inside out. It's an inside out unraveled circle. Should be like this because we're not on a fucking sphere, people. We're not on a sphere. Here's your proof. Here's your proof. Line it up. I've done it. Line it up. Globe debunked again. Okay. You go and you just kind of use your spatial perception. Go look at what the Milky Way is from wherever you are. I don't have the location shit on the screen, but whatever. I guarantee that's what you're going to see. And these people, these are the stars. I guarantee it. I haven't lined them up yet. My eyes hurt looking at all this, but I guarantee these are going to line up with star constellations. If anyone wants to take me up on that, please. I would love anyone else to help me with this. But whatever, all good. And yeah, there you go. And these features are everywhere on the ocean. And it looks like, they look like stick figures dancing to me. I'm just saying. Alright, so yeah, a lot wider than I was anticipating. I thought I was going to be 100 kilometers. Well, there you go. Bam. There's your star constellations, huh? I'm calling out everyone. This is our reality. Anyone wants to debate, anyone wants to help me out, get these ideas out, man. I'm ready. I'm just doing it on a cell phone, you know. I got lucky with a couple things and pay attention here and there, and I'm able to see all this. So, all right, peace, y'all.